Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Hangout show host mastery review Hangout. And Dan has been walking me through the process of connecting the dots and getting on the air with you. And it's been actually fun. It's been very interesting whenever you learn something new. And that's pretty much where you are right now, right? We had an amazing few days together, shared a lot of new information, and all of you played full out, and I know that there are a lot of questions. So that's what today is about. I'm actually going to be going through what we covered in 3 days, and my goal is to go through much of it in about 1 hour, and then I'm going to share with you what we didn't get to do during the event, which was how to set up your home studio. I'm going to share with you the tools you need to get, and also the backdrops and lights and all that great stuff. And also, Dan is here. He so graciously agreed to be on again and answer any questions you may have with all the great information that he shared during the event. And I know a lot of you are very excited to get going very quickly. So thanks, Dan, for stepping up again and showing up and walking me through this yet again. It was like, I think it's the third time, isn't it?
It is, and you're welcome, Ann, and bear with me. I'm making some last-minute changes. I've somehow...
Well, while Dan is getting
And,
situated, oh, there
and
we
you,
go.
you get a full office tour when I do this, and I am much more comfortable on this side of the room. The hottest part.
Well, actually, the light looks great on that side. It does. So, I can't hear you. We lost audio on you, Dan.
Oh, okay, the automatic
Oh,
mute feature thought I was typing, so
it did it again.
if you're watching, I'm in a loop. If you're watching on the Hangout event page, go ahead and click on the link that I placed below so you can join us here in the chat. Is that okay with you, Ann?
Absolutely. Yes, let's share the love. Okay, so what we are going to do is much of this I'm going to be walking through PowerPoint. We were actually looking to set up the PowerPoint on another computer, so it would be just a separate window, and that would still be visible on video, but we ran into a glitch. So I just want to let you know that that's a possibility. The ideal way to present this was for Dan to be on and for my video to be on, and the PowerPoint would be where you see the middle, the blank section, the PowerPoint would be there and showing up big as I'm going through the PowerPoint. But again, like I said, we were having a glitch with the other computer that the PowerPoint was on because I had to log in from a separate computer as a separate entity rather. So anyways, either way, you don't need to see me. You know what I look like, and the PowerPoint is going to be, walking you through the process. And if you do have questions as I'm going along, please put them in a chat box. Dan is going to be kind of keeping an eye on it. There's a lot of slides that I'm going to go through. Like I said, I'm going to be condensing 3 days of content into pretty much 1 hour, just an overview, skipping through. So anything that you really need some questions on, something that jumps out at you, you need more clarity as I'm going through, put it in a chat box, and then we will come back and revisit, what's there. I'm doing this because quite a few people are not able to be on today, and they do want to watch the recording. So I want the recording to be clear and concise. This way, they can also kind of at the end of the call go ahead and look at the Q&A section and look at it, the chat box as well as the answers that I'll be giving. So one more thing, yeah, I did say I'm going to share with you the how to set up your studio, and also there's something really, really special that I'm going to do for 5 of you, and I will tell you that at the end of it. And I'm going to be walking you through the process. And I actually have one seat already taken for that. I'm looking for some special people to walk through, and that's going to be part of the membership program that, the video interview mastery. So I'll fill you in. It's really cool. You definitely want to know about it, so hang in there. This call could, is going to be about an hour and a half. It could be 2 hours, depending on the questions I'm answering. So hang tight, and it's going to be very content-rich. You definitely want to go ahead and invest that time. If you have some things that you have scheduled, you may want to maybe push it back, an hour or so, because I did tell you initially it was going to be 90 minutes, and I'll do my best to keep it at that. But I want to make sure I stay on to answer any questions that you have. So with that, welcome everyone again. This is Show Host Mastery Review, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So Dan is walking me through the process. I am now going to go into screen share, and I'm going to select what I want to share with you, and that's going to be my PowerPoint. There we go. Okay, everybody, so hopefully you can see my screen, and we're on. Okay, basically it's all about starring in your own TV show and turning it into cash. That's what this whole thing is about. So throughout the weekend we talked about you doing what you love, the gift that you have been given. That's the real you, and what you need to be giving to other people, the gift shift in your gift, your brilliance, and what you're supposed to share with the rest of the world. And you should have already figured out a couple of them during the event. So think about your gift. What is it? And that you are supposed to be sharing with others. And the question is, are you doing that now? Are you doing what you're meant to do, the thing that really lights you up, the thing you love to do? And that's the thing that's supposed to be bringing you the joy and also the abundance that you're looking for. So are you in your gift shift? Are you doing what you're supposed to do with your gift? That's the big question. If not, I hope you're already thinking about it since the event. So getting back, going right into the content of it, basically it was all about showing up, the expert, you who want to produce your own internet TV talk show and turn it into cash. Now, your own internet TV talk show can be on Google Hangout and Facebook and YouTube, internet TV, cable TV, wherever your choice is. Start somewhere, and as you can see, you can be on Google Hangout and learn. The learning curve isn't too bad. Dan's walked me through it 3 times, but there's so many things to click on. And I do believe we're going to have simple video showing you which tool does what, and we're still talking about that. So maybe we can twist Dan's arm to create that for us. What do you think, Dan? Okay, so
I'm muted just watching your presentation, so you have to give me fair warning for the pop quizzes.
Okay, I will do that. Okay, so here we go. We've been talking about global visibility, reactive global visibility, and proactive global visibility. Well, reactive is basically putting your videos on YouTube and waiting for something to happen. Proactive global visibility is when you strategically plan and execute the multi-channel marketing and publicity. So the big question was, what's your global visibility? Is it reactive or proactive? And I'm hoping since the event you've gone from reactive to proactive, if that's where you were, or even if you were somewhere in between. You should have started shifting and maybe making plans, and maybe you've already taken action on some things. I know it's only been a few days, but a few days, a lot can happen in a few days. So let's see, and I gave you the example of proactive global visibility with Mark Harris, where we created his video, and it's been top of YouTube for his keywords for over 3 years, about 4 years now actually. And what we did to create that video was, first we identified the audience, the niche market, and the keywords. What would they be searching for to find that particular video? So the type of video was interview style. Why? Because when you're being interviewed, it positions you as an expert, elevates your global status, expert status in the global marketplace. And of course, the content type was educational, because that's what people are searching for when they get ready to buy something. They're looking for information. I'm going to see if I can minimize this ribbon here. So we have more space. There we go. Okay. So now, this was Kyriakos Zouras. The PowerPoint isn't playing quite the way I had expected, but Kyriakos was one of our experts that we interviewed. He went through our program, the TV Interview Mastery, and he's been all over TV as a commentator. He already was good at what he did, except now he's got global visibility because he knew how to approach the TV studios, because he did have the interview that we created for him. If you remember, we watched the video of him giving a testimonial as to what he went through, and also Mark Harris. You can find both Mark Harris and Kyriakos' videos, amongst many others, on our YouTube channel, and I will be sending you the link for that as well right after this, and we also have them on our Access to Experts channel. So we have many videos that you can look and watch, and Jodina has been the host for many of them, most of them actually, and you can get a lot of great tips from her on how to interact as well as be laid back when necessary for different personalities and different people and different content. So there's a lot to learn from there. So look at our videos as an opportunity to learn. And many of you had actually said that you would like to be interviewed by Jodina, and I will get in touch with you about that later. I'll get in touch with her and see if I can get her up here, in the next couple of months, and we can set that up for you. Okay, so now, basically, the idea here is to use videos to build your team. It's about you cloning yourself. If you can create your marketing team, your videos can be your sales force. They can be your trainers. If you have your videos doing the work for you, if your marketing videos are out there getting the clients for you, and your sales videos are closing the sales for you, and your trainers are there online teaching 24/7, you are cloning yourself. You can have hundreds of you can have thousands of you, and it's all about freeing time up so you can go and do the things you like to do, whether it's leisurely activities or spending more time with your family, or hey, going around the globe, so exploring the globe, or whatever you want to do. It's your choice, because if you have your business it's systematized and you have everything working, that means you're making more money, but you also have more free time. And I'm going to be actually a perfect example for that, because I already shared what I was doing with my business, and I'm going to be sharing every step of the way. So you're going to be pretty much looking over my shoulder, because I'm going to be very, very open about every aspect of it. So the big question was, what's keeping you from using the #1 marketing tool today? What was keeping you when you got to the event, and have those things disappeared, or are they maybe reduced? Maybe if you had 3 of them, now maybe you have 2, or maybe you have 1. So are you afraid of looking or sounding bad or unprofessional on video? Well, you know the answer to that. Practice makes perfect. Get on and practice. See yourself. Remember, I suggested watching the video 3 times. The first time, pick it apart, talk about all the things that you don't like. Then you go back and watch the same video and say, maybe I can deal with this. This is okay. Not too bad. And then you go back and watch it a 3rd time. This time you're looking for all the things that you do like, things that you absolutely feel proud of yourself for doing. And maybe it's the way you say things, the way you explain things, or the way you're so energized on camera. Whatever it is, I want you to go back and watch it 3 times. So also, what was keeping you until now? As far as setting up your home studio, did you think it would maybe cost too much? Well, today I'm going to share with you how to do that for under $300. So we're going to eliminate that one altogether. Well, what if your reason was not knowing how to promote yourself using videos? Well, we actually shared some things over the weekend, a few different ways of getting yourself out there. And because you're part of the community, you're going to be getting all kinds of information about marketing yourself with videos. So we're going to be, eliminating all of these one after the other very, very quickly. Okay, so then we went to bring the future to the present. Remember, you thought about why do you do what you do? We don't make money just to be making money. We make money to buy the things that are important to us. We buy things for our family, give them the things that they want, the things that they enjoy. So why do you do what you do? Is it to have more leisurely time? Is it to spend more time with your family? What would you do with all that money? Would you take your family on a cruise, or maybe just take yourself around, to all the different places you haven't been? What would you do? Would you throw a big family reunion? Would you just take your husband or wife or significant other and just go on a grand vacation, 5-star resorts? And what would you do? Would you give it away to charity? What would you do with that money? Why are you working so hard? You need to tap into your passion and work from there, because if you do the things you like and then you tap into the reasons why you do what you do, it's all going to be a lot more fun, and you're going to be much more energized, and things will happen quicker, and the life can get a lot more enjoyable that way, and we know that. Okay, so bring your future to the present. What did you write down? What did you write down? This was the exercise where everybody got really quiet, and there were a lot of smiles on your faces because you were going to places in your mind that were really fun. The reason that you are doing what you're doing. Remember what they were. Remember what the number one reason was. Even if you have just one, stay with that. Okay. Now, everything is all about believing. You got to believe what your heart knows to be true. And you don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You need to trust in who you are, because God doesn't make mistakes. Once you go into that place, then you trust in what will be. Because if you're true to who you are and what you're supposed to do, and you're doing the things that you know are in line with who you are, then everything's going to fall into place. And you've got to trust that process, because if you don't, you're not going to be taking those gigantic leaps. Dan, did I lose audio again? Okay.
And repeat the question?
I said, did I lose audio again? I guess not, because I heard a little ding. Okay.
You're fine. We just had Nathalie enter the Hangout, and that's a notification.
I see. Okay, thank you. Okay, so then I shared with you my camel story. Why, how the camel driver taught me the lessons that I shared with you. And actually, the camel was supposed to be up, but the camel is missing. So I'm going to tell you, I'll just tell you, the camel is there. Wait a minute. There we go. There we go. Remember, better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. And my great teacher happened to be the camel driver, who strategically placed his camel where the tourists were, and he sold me 3 camel rides in half an hour. I didn't even get off the camel, and I was happy to give him money 3 times in a row. I was very happy because he kept asking me, what is it that I wanted? He kept watching what it was that I was looking at. So he kept asking me, did I want what I was looking at? And of course, the answer was yes. I'm not going to go into the story, but if you remember, he sold me a camel ride with him, a stinky camel ride with him, and then I wanted a camel ride without him. So he made it available to me. I'll get off the camel if you give me $20. And then he was watching where I was looking at, which was in a beautiful desert in front of me. And I was very excited about being in Egypt. And I was enjoying the moment. And he asked me if I wanted a camel ride in the desert. And I said yes to all 3. And I was very happy to give him my money. So since the event, what is your sequential? marketing that you put together, your products and your offers. What have you come up with? We walked through some exercises, and so I hope you still have them in place, and we're going to cover just a little bit more of that right now as we go. But I did want you to make sure that you remember the camel story as we go, because that's the foundation. That's the foundation of pretty much all the marketing I've been building on. So going forward, these were the customers, these were my customers that I was serving while I was overseas, and this is where I was moving $100 million in production in developing countries. And the thing that enabled me to do that was my ability to systematize things, simplify things, and put them in a clear, concise way where people could follow. And this is where basically the production boards look like in each one of the factories, in each one of the departments. They knew exactly what step 1 was, step 2, step 3, and that's exactly what they were looking at. Examples of perfect stitching and, you know, what they got. And that's the key here. That's the gift I'm bringing to you and to this program, my ability to take things that are complex and simplify them and put them in sequence so you can follow from one step to all the way to the last. And you got a glimpse of that over the weekend. And this is where you're in for a treat, because as part of the family here, you're going to be experiencing a lot of that. You know, just systematizing and putting them right in front of you so you can follow through. Now, the thing that makes everything work is the trifactor. My entire program is based on the trifactor, and the trifactor is get ready, get on the set, and get paid. And we talked about what happens if you only have 1 or 2 of the 3. It doesn't work. Even if you have 2 of 3, it doesn't work. If you just get ready and get on the set without putting together your sequential, your marketing funnel, your monetization, then you're just going to be wasting a lot of time and money. It's not going to turn into the cash you're looking for. Well, if you get on a set, you create videos, and you go out there and you start marketing with your videos without taking the time to get ready, you're going to be damaging your credibility. Those are the examples of the really bad videos we talked about. You know, that I wish I've seen some of them that I wish weren't there, and I know a lot of experts that put up videos the last couple of years that were not very flattering. Wish their videos were not there. But that's what it is, but you can avoid that. What if you got ready? You know, really spent a lot of time, you got ready, and you went out there and got clients, you made money. A lot of you are doing that right now. You may be doing really well, but if you don't get on the set, if you leave out the video, pretty soon you're going to be outdated, because that's where everybody's heading. That's what's happening right now. Video is it, and we know it. So you happen to be on a cutting edge right now. You have a limited time, really. I'm giving about a year before everybody's going to be doing it. And that's pretty much what it is. So when you have all 3 working together, that's where the sweet spot is. So you know you're using your trifactor. When you know your stuff and you look the part, that's getting ready. You know you're using the trifactor if your camera is your training and marketing tool. And you know you're using the trifactor if you're turning your video into cash. So that's what this whole program is based on. Then we went into your celebrity mindset, because if you're going to be a show host, if you're going to get out there and show the world who you are and what you do, and in a big way, you do need to step into your celebrity mindset. And I wanted to make sure you knew just how easy it is to feel like a celebrity. The definition of a celebrity is a person who is easily recognized in a society or culture. Remember the visualization. If you walked in a room at a networking meeting where people knew you and people turned around, they were happy to see you, they walked over and brought other people to introduce you, yeah, that's a celebrity. That's what a celebrity feels like. You know, maybe on a little bit bigger scale, but you know the feeling, so you can build on that. Okay, and remember we played Love Me Paparazzi. This is where you were surrounded by 3 of your colleagues there, 3 of your friends in the event, and you shared what was really holding you back from stepping up in really being yourself and really shining. The one thing, whether it was you didn't like the way you looked, maybe it was you didn't think you were eloquent, whatever it was, and remember them surrounding you and bombarding you with compliments, really giving you just the opposite of what you were telling yourself. That exercise has a huge impact on a lot of people. Did it have a huge impact on you? Did it eliminate the thing that you kept talking yourself out of doing things? That, you know, the one thing that you kept saying, oh, I can't do that, the excuse that keeps you behind the camera instead of in front of the camera? If it didn't eliminate it altogether, I want you to do that again. You know, set yourself up to get the compliments so you can eliminate it. If you have to step in front of a mirror and tell it yourself, do that, because this could make the difference with everything. Because if you can't overcome whatever subconscious fears that you have about stepping in front of the camera and stepping into your celebrity self, it's going to be much more difficult. So get out there and just shine through. Even if you're just talking to yourself. And I have a feeling that if you ask a couple of your friends what they think of you, it will happen. Now, here's the other thing. As part of this community, all of you are getting access to the membership. So you're going to be able to tap into the power of the surrounding love within this community. So if you need some help, if you need some feedback, you know where to go. Okay, so now getting back to what we were there for. You can have your own talk show on YouTube, Facebook, Google Hangout, Internet TV, cable TV. What was your choice? That's what we were there for. And to do that, you had to decide what's your style. Are you the educator? Are you the curator or the critic? You know, remember I shared with you, I was the curator-educator combination because I gather all the information and then I share it with others. So what is your style? And remember, we have all three of them in us, but one is predominant. So what is the predominant one, and what is the one that's your least? I know the critic is my least. You know, I don't usually like to look at the negatives. I usually focus on the positive and, you know, keep making it better. But there's a lot of room for critics. I love having movie critics tell me which movie is good, which movie is not, you know, and I love the food critics telling me which restaurants to go to. So there is a place for each personality. None of them are better than, you know, the others. You know, they're all about the same. It's just what is your natural tendency. That's what you got to decide, because that's how you want to start delivering information, so you attract people that are looking for information in a particular way. So if I'm looking for information on a particular movie, I go to, you know, find a movie critic who can tell me about that. Okay, so think about what is your personality and what you want to go with, and start building your community around that, so people keep coming back to you over and over again for what it is that you want to deliver. Okay, then the other thing we talked about were the 3 different talk show formats. This is very, very important, because if you're going to be having your talk show, let's say on Google Hangout, you know, right now I'm doing this as a co-host with Dan. So what is it that you like to do? What's most comfortable? The single host? You want to be a solo host? You want to be a co-host? Or you want to be a panelist? Well, the solo host takes a lot more responsibility, and there's a lot. It's you. There's more freedom. You get to make decisions on your own, but it takes a lot more to put the show on by yourself. So we'll co-host. You know, if your personality is kind of laid back, maybe somebody with a more edgy, more upbeat personality will balance out, and you can balance them out. So you can do a co-host, complementing topics. What about the panel, like the view? So if you're traveling a lot and you like, kind of having a more conversational style and, group topics, like the doctors. There are doctors specializing, in whole different aspects of medicine. So that could be your style. think about it. Which one resonates with you most? So choose your style. You can always change there, by the way. We talked about that. So now also we talked about your most profitable product. This is where it all starts. If you're going to be building a show, you want to make sure that you're building your business so your show can give you the audience for that particular business. So going back to the fundamentals of marketing, you need to identify your most profitable product. Again, going back to the camel story, his product was a camel. What was he going to do with it? Well, he could use it to give camel rides. And what was he offering? The first thing that he offered was a camel ride with him. Remember? So that's what he was looking at. So what is your product? What do you have? Now, the other thing we talked about, I shared with you when we moved here, my dad had to decide, what to do. He couldn't speak English, so, and he knew mechanics. Remember, he was an inventor, so he decided he could fix cars because he understood that. So he thought about it, and he said, well, how many oil changes will it take to pay the mortgage? And there's no way he could do that by himself. There's not enough profit in oil changes. There's just no way. He could only do so many a day. Then he decided, well, I'll fix engines. Well, how many engine repairs will it take to pay the mortgage? Then he decided, well, if I'm going to do that, then I need to go after higher end, cars. So he focused on Mercedes and BMWs because it paid a lot better. He was getting $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for engine repair. That paid a mortgage where he actually paid a house off in like 5 years. And this was many years ago. I don't think it could be done that quickly today. But so you get the idea. So what are you selling? The product that you're selling, is there enough profit in that to give you the results you're looking for? What did you get from that? Did you change your mind since then? Have you switched focus? Those are the questions you want to be answering. There should be some changes from that. So next, I shared with you my system as I'm building my program, as I'm building my programs. I wanted you to choose 3 that work together. And the example I gave you was that GVN TV, the Global Visibility Network, is where that's the main infrastructure. But to support the Global Visibility Network, I had to get show hosts ready. So show host mastery was put together. To get more exposure to the show host, to my shows on Global Visibility Network on GVN TV, we created Meet the Press Live. So we would put the show hosts in the same room with the press. So now they can get on different TV shows. They can get more exposure. They can be written about. So those are the 3 that are working together. Now, you selected your 3 products or services that work together. Whether it was a product and you put a membership site or special training, you selected. Are you still sticking with that? Do you want to make some changes? Now, I also shared with you to support the bigger vision, which is, you don't need to be doing 6 of them, but to support the bigger vision, I told you that I built the Global Visibility Network, the GVA Association that supports the show hosts as well as the GVN TV, as well as the Meet the Press Live. Anybody who starts in any of those can be supported in the Global Visibility Association membership. Then to get people to it, now actually there's turn your interviews into cash. And I do need to interject something here because I did not get to share everything that I wanted to with you. When I got back, I actually looked at all that had to happen to make this program complete. Well, basically, it would take 5 days. So rather than have one program for 5 days, I'm dividing it into 2. Where we turn your video into cash. This will be the marketing and sales scripting, your scripting and creating the videos and putting together the marketing portion of it. And then the show host mastery itself will be more experiential. It will be more rehearsing and role playing, and it will be really focused on being a show host, so there will be more time for both. And you'll hear more about all of this. As a matter of fact, Lori Morgan Ferrara and I will be doing the marketing one because she's such a great script writer or copywriter, so we'll be doing that. I'll tell you about that. So that's a direct result of the event from you. And thank you, everybody, for your great feedback. I got a lot of great feedback that helped so much. And this is one thing you'll always want to do whenever you have an event, whatever program, especially if it's new. You always want to debrief right after and also ask other people. Now, I do this whether an event is new or I've conducted it a while, because each time I want to fine-tune it, make it even better. So and the only way you can do that is by taking a look at what worked and what didn't and what could be, improved on, and what's working really well that you can do more of. So these are the things that you want to do for all of your programs. Okay, so moving on, and the thing that I did not share about on this one, remember at the top of it all is the global difference makers. So the show hosts that get really to the top and they get noticed, well, at the top there's the global difference makers. And I did tell you that it had to do with billionaires of 12 different countries and their first ladies. Well, I actually went and created my vision board. I've had this on my desktop for over a year now. And if you can see, I put myself right in the middle next to the first lady from Sri Lanka. And if you can see right in the middle with the blue jacket, doesn't it fit perfectly? And that's where I'm going. That's where the program is taking. So have your vision. See the future and make it real. Remember when Ty said, he asked me, how clear is my future? And I said, crystal. I know exactly what I see, and that makes it easier for me to be able to put the systems in place to make things happen. Okay? So let's moving on. Now we talked about your most profitable customer. Remember, your most profitable customer is hiding from you in plain sight. Who are they? Where are they? We talked about them, and you actually thought about who are they? Is it a man? Is it a woman? How old are they? What industry? What is it about you? What are the things that you like? And I gave you the example of the. No, I didn't give you that. Oh, I didn't give you that example for this one. Never mind. Let me backtrack. There was an example I usually use for this one, but I didn't use it with you, so you wouldn't know what this is. But basically, knowing who your most profitable customer is, you will be able to find them. So if your most profitable customer is like, let's say, a CPA, you can join a CPA organization even if you're not a CPA. And this is where this comes in really handy, because there are many, many groups on LinkedIn, and as well as Facebook, but on LinkedIn, the professionals, where you can join a group and there are 100, 200,000, or 20,000, or even 6,000. There are a lot of them that your most profitable customer will be at. So if you know who they are, then you go to where they are. Okay? Remember the camel driver took the camel to where the tourists are, by the pyramid. So where is your most profitable customer? They're right there. You just got to go to where they are. And we did the exercise where how much does your average customer spend? And how much does your ideal customer spend? With that exercise, we actually, I had somebody in a room whose ideal customer was spending 10 times as much as the average customer. Most of you had 3 or 4 times as much, so the big question was, if each customer you had was spending 3 or 4 times as much money, how much more money would you be making? And is it possible that you can take off some time? Is it possible that you can actually do and maybe buy some of the things you've been putting off if you had 3 and 4 times as much money? Maybe you could take off a little bit of time. So that's where that went, and all of you had some thoughts on that as I was asking the questions. Okay, then Eva Chen, walked you through the process of identifying your it factor, some great exercises where you were able to see the difference. And I love the exercise she did when she brought people up and had them focus on the intention. And the body language changed, and their demeanor changed, the inflection changed. I just love that exercise. So have you been practicing that? Get in front of the camera and think about where you're coming from when you're making a statement. So automatically your body language changes and your words change. So practice, practice, practice. All right. Now we're going to go into the script. I'm moving pretty fast here, so I hope all of you are getting this, and I can't see the chat box, so if you have any questions, please go ahead and put them in there, and I will go back and cover them after we're done. Okay, so in your script, this is where, we read a testimonial from Susan about using the 9 touch point system. And by the way, you're going to be getting the 9 touch point system is in the compiler tool. This is a process where, your message, you walk people through. We covered, during the event, 4 of the touch points, which was grab their attention, shake their confidence in what they're doing, build their confidence in you, and that's by giving them the information they're looking for. And then there was the call to action. What is it that you want them to do? So we actually covered 4 out of the 9 touch points, and that's what you needed to create the message that you had to create. So did you use them? Have you been using them since then? Have you been fine-tuning the script that you wrote? I hope so. Okay. Now, the thing that to keep in mind is whether it's a 30-second commercial, a 1-minute videotape, or a 60-minute talk show, or a 30-minute infomercial, the formula is the hook. You have to grab their attention and have them wanting more. The body, you need to educate them to gain trust, and your call to action, you need to give a compelling reason to do what you want. So your script should be covering all 3 aspects of your message. Okay, and remember I gave you the example where Deanna had put together the sugar project, the candy project for her school, and her tagline was loaded with sugar for those extra hops, because she was creating this for 9-year-olds who wanted candy, who wanted sugar. And when I asked her, honey, you're selling sugar, she said, Mom, yeah, these are 9-year-olds, their moms won't give them sugar. Yes. So it can be that simple. That simple. Just focus on who they are and what's important to them. What is their pain and how are you solving it? And that was basically the hook, your headline, your script has to have that in place. Okay? So, and Gail Murphy shared with you a lot of great information on how you already are the media. Everything that's happening right now is in the media. You are the media because of the tools we have. Social media has leveled the playing field for everybody. There are some amazing tools out there, so you can be your own publicist. You are the media, and video is the best way to get it out there, the most powerful way. So you did create your script, and I'm going to go past this. Then we talked about marketing with testimonials, and we looked at the video, very long 4-minute testimonial that Joel Bauer had given, and this is where we actually dissected it. Why it's very important for you to give testimonials and get testimonials. The anatomy of a great testimonial is what was the problem, how was it solved, and what was the outcome. And remember I told you that you can get testimonials from people who have never even bought your product. They could be talking about how easy it was to call and get information from you. And you can even get testimonials from people who have returned your product, and they could be saying, well, it was hassle-free, no questions, no qualms, they just, all they were concerned about was making me happy, and everything in between. So I hope you've been practicing giving testimonials, and you've been looking at some of the people you've been working with or the products and services you have purchased and are creating testimonials because you do want to be on top of everybody's website. You want to be the first testimonial people see when they get there. Okay, so then we went into Make the Camera Love You. This is where Jodina St. John walked you through the process of the body language and how to sit and how to hold your hands and what to do. Then we played the game here, read my face. Remember the expression on your face where your partner had to get what it is that you were feeling, what it is that you were saying, what was the expression. So have you been practicing that in front of the mirror? You want to do that. Remember, when you're being interviewed, most of the time, it's basically head and shoulders. So your face has to be very animated. Your face has to, basically convey what you're feeling, because it gets very exciting. And especially if you're going to be having a talk show, you want to make sure you keep your audience engaged. Okay, and she gave you some breathing exercises, and also we didn't really talk about how to dress for success. I'm actually going to make a video available to you that you can watch on how to dress, because we didn't get a chance to cover that. Remember, we kind of took a vote and you said, nah, we don't need the dress part, but you should know there are some things about wearing solid colors and no prints and no stripes, because they move when the camera moves. So this is where you did the exercise, read my face, and the Hollywood glamour look with Lori Hart. She actually did a great job showing, and unfortunately, most of you were not able to see as she was working, so we're going to be making the video available on the members page, and you'll be able to see step by step what happened. So you can do that. And also, there is a tip here. Go to the Mac counter. Go to the Mac counter. They are pros when it comes to getting you ready for the camera. Don't worry about the colored hair or whatever, their wild looks. This is what they do. So go to the counter, let them make you up, and you don't have to buy everything that they're showing you. You can buy maybe one or two things, but you can also buy a lot of what you see in front of you from the local drugstore. It doesn't have to be the expensive makeup. You want to be able to get the best that you can, because if you're going to be on camera a lot, you want to treat your skin well. But start where you can. Okay, start where you can. And Lori has a great line of product, all natural, and if you can be healthy, might as well start there. And we watched a video on framing. Remember the 2/3? So you don't want to have anybody centered in the front. Unfortunately, we don't have time to play the videos, but practice with that. Remember the look space and the close-up. So there's a lot that you want to think about when you're shooting a video. So play around, see how comfortable you can get, see how dramatic you can get. Same with video. Take pictures, take a look at things. And something very important I forgot to say. When you have maybe 3, 4, 5-minute video, whatever you create, turn off the volume and just look at the facial expressions. See how energized you are. See how excited you are. And, is your face conveying what you're thinking, what you're feeling? So do that, and go back and watch it. You'll learn a lot from it. I forgot to tell you that before. Okay. So then we went into rehearsals. You played some fun things and rehearsed a lot with your groups, and I saw everybody was so supportive. It was just wonderful to see that. All of you played full out. Thank you for that. Thank you for embracing it and just playing full out, supporting each other. It was just an amazing group of people. I'm just really, really, really thrilled. So then you actually went into shooting your 3-minute video. That kind of spread out into 2 days. We started it on Saturday, and we completed it on Sunday. And that there was a huge difference there. Some of you told me from day 1 to day 2, just being able to get more comfortable, and that was really wonderful to see as well. So way to go for playing full out. Okay, future visioning. Ty Kane walked you through the exercise of the 5 doors, from the really stinky, sucky, future to the ideal future, the brilliant future. And I know a lot of you love that, and it's very, very powerful. Like we shared there, it's a 15-hour program that Ty does. I went through 4 hours of it with him all at one shot, and it's just really, really good. It's made a huge difference. I can't wait to go back for more. Okay. We went into the business growth calculator. Now, this is the calculator that I got from Martin Howie. They use the same calculator. I took a couple of things out just to be able to simplify it as we were watching during the event. The but they use the same calculator when they are putting together proposals for Fortune 100 companies, for Fortune 500 companies, because most of their clients, most of their consultants' clients are they're working with corporations, and these are just some of them. So that's the power of knowing your numbers, and it doesn't have to be complicated. They, like I said, they use their business growth calculator, amongst other things, to put together a proposal. So very, very powerful. And I'm happy to say that I'm one of the certified consultants of Top Line Business Solutions. So I get access to a lot of this great information, the results they have, so I can scale them down and bring them to you. So this is where we looked at what does it take to make $100,000? Well, you need 500 pre-qualified leads a month, and this is of your ideal client. This is where they have actually opted in onto your website and given you the name and email address. So I'm not going to go into the details of this, but basically, if you can see, you need about 500 pre-qualified leads, and it was like with 5% conversion, you have a $297 product. That means 5 out of 100 is actually buying a $297 product. If you do that, basically following this formula, you will have $115,000 from that. And the business growth calculator, as well as the compiler tool that Mark Harris was talking about, as well as Joel Bauer was talking about, and also the 9 touch point, what Susan was talking about, the compiler tool is actually I have it in a few parts. There's an ideal client calculator, and there's the script writing compiler tool. So all of that is a part of this. Once you know the ideal client, it becomes very easy for you to be able to know who they are and go get them. So the compiler tool, as well as the script templates, as well as the business growth calculator, these are all part of the it's a membership program, or part of the video interview mastery that I was sharing with you during the event. So now if you look at on the side of the program, where if you turn your program or a product, or you create a membership in addition to the product or the program you're offering, with 12 monthly payments that you see that circled there, 12 monthly payments, all you have to do is offer it for $27 a month. That's another $97,000 a year. So if you just focus on one program and really follow what we're doing here, follow what's happening, and I'm going to be sharing every aspect of the way I'm marketing my program, so you'll know what's going on. It's going to be like a reality marketing show. So you'll be seeing I'm implementing this. I'm going to be doing this right in front of your eyes, so you can pretty much look and copy and follow. And so with just with this alone, you have $200,000. That's pretty cool. Okay, and so how are you going to get those 500 pre-qualified leads? Where are they coming from? You may decide, that you're going to get 300 leads from social media and publicity, and 150 leads from speaking engagements. It could be online as well as offline speaking engagements. Remember, now that you can be interviewed, instead of doing teleseminars and webinars, you actually could be doing videonars, and you can be interviewing other people. You can be on other people's shows. There's a lot that you can do with video, and because it is cutting edge, you'll have a lot more opportunities to actually interview and being interviewed by by leaders in your industry. So you could be getting 50 leads from networking, and again, this could be online networking or offline networking. So these numbers, I'm just throwing it out there, but you can have it in any way you want. So play the numbers, play around with it, see what makes sense to you, and put a plan together. Now, also, we talked about putting together sponsorship packages. Pretty much the same information that I shared with you on 500 pre-qualified leads, with 5% conversion. But the difference with this one is that if you are getting sponsors, you can offer them for $97 a month that's another $350,000. But you have to make some sponsorship packages that actually work. So here are some ideas for you. You know, you can actually have special guest segments. You can have co-hosts. You can do 3-minute interviews that you edit the video and just, you know, then give it to them for them to use as well. You can be you know, you can have guest reporters, you can have title sponsors, and it could be your entire show brought to you by, or you can have segment sponsors. Think traditional TV. There's all kinds of sponsorship. You don't want to be doing 30-second commercials, but you can do product placements. You can do product demonstrations during, like, think Dr. Oz. He's got products and products and products throughout his every show. And everybody who goes to his show, they end up selling a lot of their products. So basically, it's one long product placement hour. But guess what? We want to know. We want to know. He's bringing us a lot of great information. So the audience is happy, and so are the people who get on his show. And he's getting lots of sponsors. So you can also have their logo, you know, displayed, you know, during your show. You know, you can have on your mugs and, you know, table trays, tabletops, and you can have them on whiteboard. Just, you know, there's a lot you can do with it. You can put their logo on your website. You can put their logo, you know, on a particular show segment page, because each show can have its own page, right? Then that particular page could have their logo on it. And you can include them in your press communications. You can put them in your social media campaigns. There's a lot you can do. You can, you know, put together different combinations for different prices. And I'm going to be sending you an email with the links to the sponsorship pages that I have for my programs. And if you go to showhostmastery.com/sponsorship, you'll see an example of that. Or if you go to meetthepresslive.com/sponsorship, you'll see an, you know, example of that. Very similar packages to different price points because of the program itself. So you'll see some great examples. You can take that and work with it. Okay, then Lisa Schneiderman shared some great ways for you to get the media. You know, getting to them is one thing. Then you want to get them to love you. Remember, help a reporter out? That's a great way for you to get out there. So put in your Google alerts and see who's looking for that. And just, you know, there's a lot you can do. She shared a lot of great information. And I'll be interviewing Lisa, as well as, you know, Eva and all the other experts, plus a lot of the other ones that you were not even you know, aware of. I'll be bringing a lot of interviews into the membership. So just stay tuned. You're going to get a lot of great information. So your marketing funnel, you know, social media, internet, TV, radio, YouTube, Facebook, what's best for you? Where do you start? This can get very confusing. Start with one. You definitely want to start with Google Hangout. You know, Dan, you really dove in deep with it. He showed you a lot of great information, you know, as to why you should be using Google Hangout. And I'm not going to, you know, cover what he's saying right now because he's here and he's going to be covering more. But he shared a lot of great information. And a lot of you were just blown away because you told me about it. So this great stuff. So you definitely want to, you know, leverage Google Hangouts and YouTube. And you can broadcast live onto Facebook now. So there's a lot of options you can start with. We definitely want to start with the ones that are big. And also, TV producers are looking for you. Remember, I played the video, Maura Soden, where she went through the example of how people were looking. You know, her brother got started with local TV and went to national. Well, they're looking for you. So get ready. The Co-op Marketing Collaborative, and this is where these are the people who are supporting my clients. And the levels that you see, 1, 2, and 3, those are just, you know, I didn't explain that to you during the event, but that's basically level 1 when people are getting started. So if they're level 1, they need mindset, image consultant, video producer, social media marketer. And once they get a little bit more advanced, they get a little bit more into it, then they would be needing a TV radio producer, the publicist, the publisher, a media trainers. So these are just, depending on where they are, people are going to be needing some extra help. It's important for you to know where they are. where your clients are and where the support is. So where are yours? Who will be in your collaborative? This is huge. You wrote down some of the different industries, and then you were supposed to identify some people you already know in those industries that will be supporting your clients. I hope your list is getting fine-tuned. And if you just start with just 3 of them, that could be huge, even just 3. And sponsors, affiliate, or JV partners, the difference is your relationship with them. The most intimate relationship is a joint venture partner because you're doing something together. And like I said, Lori Morgan Ferraro and I are putting together Turn Your Interviews into Cash, the 2-day event. So that's a joint venture partner for me. We're chipping in together, we're marketing together, we're teaching together. And the sponsors are the least intimate because, they can just give you a banner, give you some money, give you their logo, and you don't really even have to know them. So affiliates are somewhere in between. They like who you are, they like your product, they will send people to you, and in return, you give them some money, a percentage. So this is where, how will you work with them? How can you get them to support you? Well, tell them exactly how you're going to make them money. It's that simple. If you approach them and say, look, I'm going to have 500 of this, client coming to me every month, and they need your support. Can I send you 500, leads every month of this particular type of client? Is that okay? Everybody will say yes. So if you follow what you're learning here, you're going to create some great marketing funnels, and you're going to be getting those leads, and you can have people supporting you. Because remember, if they're supporting your client, that means they also have the clients that you're looking for. And this can be really huge. I'll be focusing a lot on this going forward, because this is where you build a foundation where you don't have to constantly market. They will come to you. When your clients are happy, when they're being supported, they bring others just like them to you. So that's a lot of information that we covered over the weekend. So now what I want to do is share with you getting on the set, setting up your home studio. This we did not get to complete, and basically this is where you can set up your home studio for under $300. That means broadcasting, webcam, headset, backdrop, and lights. So Logitech webcam are the best, and they're under $100, so you definitely want to do that. I don't want to give you model numbers because it's changing so fast, so go online, look for it, and there's different prices all the time. There's all kinds of specials, but you do want to stick to Logitech webcam. Now, you can easily put a backdrop up. It's as simple as having a curtain rod on a wall. You can have use an existing window, but make sure you block it out. So you can have all different colors, all different kinds of backdrops: white, green, blue. There's a lot you can do with it, and also you can have clamp-on lights. Very, very easy. If you don't want to have the big bulky umbrella lights like you saw at the event, the box lights, because they can get in the way. If you're going to have a permanent studio, the clamp-on lights are really easy. You can get them at Home Depot. It's like $7.50, but make sure you get daylight lights, and they're about $3-4 a piece. So basically, for about $10-12, you can have the light. I like to have 4 lights, 2 in front of me and 2 behind me, but you can definitely do with 3. There's the front light. You have the key light, which is the brighter light, and you have the fill light, which is a little bit, it's not as bright. It's usually you can put it a little bit farther away, or the voltage can be a little bit less. You can even put a dimmer or whatever. So you want to have one part of your face, lit a little bit brighter than the other. It just gives more definition. And you also want to have at least 1 light behind you, kind of on your head and shoulders. It will kind of pull you out from the backdrop, because especially web video, it's so small, you can easily blend into your backdrop, and the fill light will, give you more of a definition. And this is actually my studio that you're looking at right now. The backlights are, there. They're hung on curtain rod. And when we go live, I can actually even show you, because behind me there's a black light, the black one that's there, but there's also green screen behind that. And in front, and oh, by the way, you can see the logo. That has Velcro on it, so I can stick it on a backdrop. So if you can just buy a flannel flat sheet, or you can get one of those fuzzy blankets. They work really, really well with Velcro. So that means you can take any logo that you have, whatever program you're doing, stick a few Velcro pieces on it and stick it, there, and it works really, really well. And the camera, I use a Logitech Orbit webcam, and I put it in front of the monitor. That's actually how I have it right now. I put it in front of the monitor, but you can still find it. They don't have it that much now. Most of them are just clamped on, as far as the webcam, so it may or may not be available. But that's what I'm using because I like it. And there's the Kodak ZI-8. I have it. That's kind of hard to get. They're not making it now anymore. But there's a ZI-10, which is really good. And the reason I liked it is because it has an external mic. So it's very easy for me to pack it up and take it with me to events. It packs up in a tiny little bag with a little stand as well. So usually if I want a higher quality, I will turn that on, or another camera, and this way I'm broadcasting as well as producing a higher quality video at the same time. So your talk show set, this is where it can get really, really fun. It doesn't have to be very complicated. Look at this, Charlie Rose. Oh, just black backdrop, a table and 2 chairs. I mean, it doesn't get simpler than that. Can you have a table and 2 chairs? Can you have a table and 1 chair? And that can be your backdrop? Absolutely. So, and he gets the world's leaders at that desk. So, you don't have to get, fancy to have people come to you to be interviewed. Okay, that's the point I wanted to make. But having said that, there you have a bunch of different options. Now, this right here is a picture of the set that we have at Channel 6 in San Diego. This is the actual television station. But guess what? This set is being duplicated to be at the studio. They're renovating it, fixing the air conditioning and doing all those things and building a few sets, and this is going to be a similar set that they're going to be building there. So you can build a set very easily, and I'm going to show you some murals and things you can put behind it, but that's actually television studio set. And this is the talk show set at the same TV station. Can you take a corner of your house and put 2 chairs facing each other? And that's just light behind a window. That's not, it's not even outside. That's just, it's just set with a window frame and the light behind it. So you don't even have to have anything fancy. You can set it up in your garage. Makes no difference. All you need is a corner. You need like an 8x8 space. Now, it can be as simple as your kitchen table. Remember, I shared with you, a woman talking to mothers of teenagers. This is not her. I don't have her picture, but it's as simple as at a kitchen table, because this is much more comfortable. Hey, Mom, let's talk about your teenager. Come on, let's have a cup of coffee together. So it doesn't have to be fancy. Just think about where your clients would like to be, depending on who you are. So there's one thing that you can also do, murals. You can use murals to really fancy up your studio. As a matter of fact, the picture I showed you of Channel 6 in San Diego, they have a mural behind it. There's one daytime and one nighttime. So it's just a shade that they pull down, depending whether it's the morning show or it's the evening news. How cool is that? Can you do that? Absolutely. And here are some examples of it. So you can order murals at muralsuperstore.com for 79 cents. You can, have a backdrop of Las Vegas, or you can be in Paris, or you can be in New York, and wherever you want to be. And you can actually take a picture yourself of whatever you want and have a custom mural. Now, this is actually at Channel 6 in San Diego, the control room. but we put the picture behind me. This is my studio. I was in front of a green screen. So what I'm saying is that, oh, you can just take a mural and have it printed on the shade and put it behind you, and there you go. You can have a beach scene behind you. You can have office scene behind you. Whatever you'd like to do, you have many choices. Okay, so broadcasting your show, there are many options out there. There's, Skype. I don't much care for Skype because if you see when you're talking, one person is very small, the other one is very big, and it drops a lot of calls, and a lot of people use it. Here and Uvu, I like Uvu just because of the way it looks. If I'm just interviewing one other person, we're side by side. I can do screen capture, and it's like really simple. It works a lot like Skype, so it's very easy to understand. Now, I would suggest you learn how to use Google Hangouts, because with Google Hangouts, you have the option of having a small group in a private, and of course, Dan shares more about that. But look at this. They have cooking shows on Google Hangouts with different people participating. Can you give classes and have everybody else working? Look at the screen. There are chefs in different places learning how to do whatever it is that she's teaching, whatever it is that they're cooking. And look at that. The president is hanging out on Google Hangout. Can you hang with the president? Yes, you can. And that's not long ago. Alex Mandusian interviewed me on Google Hangout on their show. So there's a lot of options, There's some really cool things that Alex and Dan are doing, and I'm just so thrilled that they're there to support you guys, because you're going to hear all about it. So doing some amazing things. So, and this is, we actually Dan broadcast our Meet the Press live event from, he did it on Google Hangout as well as Facebook. So that was the banner for that, and this is where he was actually broadcasting live from our event, where you see 540-ish. So, he just makes the best banners. I love it. Okay, so that was all for free, and there's also for feed, there's WebEx, Livestream, GoView, but quite frankly, I would just stay with Google Hangout. You have a lot of options. Do that, and we're suggesting for our clients to use combination. Like, we're going to have our show hosts on GoView, our regularly scheduled television, but we want them also to do Google Hangouts and have their shows on YouTube, because then there's more people watching it, more marketing. The more traffic we get coming to the show, the better off everybody is. So we will be using a combination of. Okay. So here's just a shot of our GoView Access to Expert set, and screen capture, and there are some options here. Snagit, if you're not using Google Hangout, where it actually records for you and puts it on YouTube for you, there are some options here with Snagit. It's just screen capture. Whatever is on your desktop, it captures it. You can do pictures, you can do videos. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's only like $50. It works for Mac and PC. A lot of times what I'll do, well, it's also Camtasia. By the way, I have all of these, and Camtasia does the same thing. It's just, this is $99. There's, I'm not going to go into details, but they're really good. And I'm using DeVere. Okay, it's simpler to use, and all of them, by the way, they edit your video as well. So DeVere, there's a free version that you can get right away, and there's also a paid version for like $40. It's very easy. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll put the PowerPoint on my desktop, and then I'll turn the camera on so I see myself on the desktop, and I'll do a training, and I'll do a screen capture where the PowerPoint and my video is on, in the same frame, and that's a training video, and you'll be seeing a lot of that, because I'm going to be sending you the links to some of those trainings. So that's how I do it. It's very simple, very easy. And you probably have some free software, iMovie. You probably have it on your computer or Windows Live Movie Maker. So you have a lot of options. Let's see, about 5:30. that's going to be about what you need to get your videos going. And one more thing I want to do is I do want to tell you about the video interview mastery, the online training that it was kind of confusing. Of quite a few people were interested, and I got a lot of questions about it. So I want to quickly tell you what it is, and it's an infrastructure that's going to support everything you learned, and it's basically put together. It's a combination of what you learned during the event, but a lot more detail. I'm going to tell you what it is. So video interview mastery supports show host mastery. And basically what it is, it's a combination of different programs that I've done over the years, like MBA in marketing, MBA protege, the audio and A&R radio network, everything that I've learned in marketing, and the TV interview mastery, video and our mastery, access to experts, the live interviews. I've taken all the information and put it together in different products, and it's gone on a membership site in the program where a lot of the products and services I have are all in one place. So if you want to know about marketing, it's there. If you want to know about video production, it's there. You want to know about tools, it's there. There's all kinds of audio recordings, there's all kinds of video recordings, all kinds of interviews. So there's a lot of information, and we are actually in a process of kind of changing the website, and that's why I didn't send you the link yet, and that's what we'll be working on this week. I kind of put it on hold last week to finalize putting the program together that you were just at, but so right now we're working on that, and you'll be getting the link for it with a lot of training. So now basically video interview mastery is the entire trifactor system video training. It does include the compiler tools, different compiler tools in there. I broke them down into sections, and it does include the business growth calculator. So basically it's a 12-week video in our series, 12-part video in our series, where it's designed to take you from what you learned at Show Host Mastery and getting you step by step to implement it with a lot more in-depth information. So, Module 1 is on your mindset, Module 2, your magnetic interview, again, seeing how you sound, what to do. And all the videos, there are a lot of training videos available for that. All of Jodina's videos are there for you to watch over and over again. And Module 3 is on writing your script. I have a lot of training is recorded on writing the scripts, and not only that, now Lori Morgan Ferrara and I are doing it together, so I can put some of that information that her and I will be sharing at the 2-day intensive together. I can put some of that information here as well to share with you, and she is an awesome copywriter. So there's the get on the set portion of it, Module 4, setting up your home studio. So we'll be going in depth with that. You'll be able to know exactly what to do. But Module 5 is the video producer. How do you shoot the videos, and how do you do the screen capture? All of those things are in there. And then you, the video editor, learning how to edit the video. It can be really simple. If you can, select, delete, save, you can actually edit, but you need to know what you're doing. And so Michael actually is putting together some training videos for that. We have, oh my God, tons of videos on about YouTube and all kinds of, a whole bunch of stuff. So tons of videos on that, but you will learn how to edit your own videos in the simple way, This is for you to be self-sufficient. Now, Module 7 is turning your videos into cash. This is where you have the business growth calculator and the examples of me walking through, for different, and whether it's making $200,000 or whatever, but you'll be able to do it yourself. You'll be able to punch in different numbers to see exactly what you need to do for different programs. And also multi-channel publicity. All the different ways you can get your message out there. How do you repurpose one video to use many different ways? There's a lot of information on that. And let's see, co-op marketing collaborative. This is, you already know a lot about it, putting that together. And the best thing about it is that you get to have this, 24/7. It's available to you, and there'll be bonus Q&A sessions and spotlight sessions, and also mastermind support groups. I want to put you in groups with other people where you can, meet once a week and kind of collaborate, get feedback, just like the great support you got during the event. And it's only $497, like I told you there, and that's what the price is right now. And I don't know if it's going to stay that or not. We're still kind of deciding what to do with it, but it's definitely not going to be less than that. It'll be more, but it's never going to be less than that, because there's a lot there. And once you get this, basically you get lifetime membership. So if you want to do this, you want to go to videointerviewmastery.com, and here's the part where I told you at the beginning, is I'm going to walk 5 of you through the entire process, and using the information, I'm going to be marketing with you. I already have one taken, okay? I have somebody in empowerment taken. This is something I just decided yesterday, by the way. So if you do want to, there's going to be no extra charge. I'm just going to select 5 people, and I'm going to walk you through the process. There'll be one-on-one consultation where I'll develop your blueprint with you, and then you'll be putting together your plan, and you'll be implementing. I will be kind of supporting you in doing it. I'm not going to do it for you. So we'll be having after the singular session, there'll be some mastermind sessions, and there'll be weekly calls and things like that put together. But I will be walking you through the process, and I will be marketing with you. So if you want me to hold your hand through the process, and all you have to do is basically you have to register for Video Interview Mastery, because you do need the tools to work with. So for the $497 investment, which you'll have lifetime, you get access to this training lifetime, and each one of the modules, I'll be bringing in different experts that support that particular module. So this is a whole library. This is a lot of stuff. Trust me, because I already have years of things I'm putting into the library. So if this is something you want, this is a great opportunity, by the way. I will be holding your hand and walking through, and you'll be doing this in 90 days and implementing everything. So the idea is for you to already be making, my intention is to walk through the 100,000, for that program. So that means you should be making maybe about $30,000-$40,000 by the time October comes along. So we have to put together the plan for you to implement it, but that's the idea, and each one of you will have a different plan to work with. And come October, when we do this show host mastery, I want to be able to, tell people about you. I want to be able to market with you throughout. So again, if you're interested, go to videointerviewmastery.com and register. Once you do, send me, an email just telling me that you want to be considered as one of the 5, and we'll have a conversation about that, because I have to make sure you have the time. And your motive is there, motivation is there, and you're going to be able to follow through in working with me. It's very, very important. So I want to make sure you can work with me for 3 months. So bonuses, you get lifetime membership into Video Interview Mastery, and you get to be featured on Access to Experts Magazine Expo. This is where we're going to be featuring, our experts from different shows, different programs, and I will actually train you to put together. It's how to get chosen for it. And the same information, actually, this is going to help you to get on the Global Visibility Network, GVN TV, as a guest expert, which, again, you'll be listed for free, so you get help with that. And Michael would be teaching you how to edit your videos, and you'll have the business start calculator, and never mind that. And, okay, so videointerviewmastery.com, and I want you to really understand, this is all about you. What is it that you want? Are you looking to have a runaway best-selling book? Are you looking to be a recognized authority in your field? Are you looking to get more speaking engagements? What do you want to do? Do you want to be known as a celebrity globally? You want to really elevate your expert status as the expert? Then you really, really need to learn how to harness the power of video interviews. You need to learn how to conduct videonars, and that's instead of teleseminars, instead of webinars, instead of seminars, you can incorporate video in everything that you do, and this is what this whole thing is about, giving you freedom to get out there and do what you want. And I do want you to just really get out there. I want you to shine. You know, don't think about what's going on, your imperfections. Don't think about that, because you know what? Those are the things that make you unique. Those are the things that are endearing. You know, nobody gets engaged, emotionally to somebody who's perfect. You know, it's just the little imperfections about people that we really, get aligned with, that we identify with. So I want you to focus on your perfections. Focus on that, and just shine the spotlight on them. That's who you are. That's what it's all about, okay? And I know that you have what it takes. You have the tools, you have the support, you have the systems, and that's the other thing. You're going to get my implementation secrets, because I want to make sure you're able to implement things easily. So it's all about, at this point, let's get you the results that you're looking for. And that's it. So Video Interview Mastery, this was going to support everything that you have and that you've learned. And this is online, very in-depth, a lot more tools to get you in action and movement with what you learned at Show Host Mastery. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and change. I'm going to take the PowerPoint off, and we're going to be taking some questions. So let's see, we've got to switch this. And let's see. We're there. Dan?
Hey, Ann.
Okay, can you see me?
Yeah, we can see it just fine.
Okay, well, took a little bit longer than I thought. Do we have a lot of questions? Oh my goodness, we do, don't we? But I can't read them. So I need your help.
Oh, well, we've got several people in the chat here. Why don't we open it up and make it live? Nathalie and Nadine and Michael, if you want to turn on your cameras, Cecile, and Grace, you already have your camera on. If you want to point it down a little bit so we can see in the middle, that would be terrific.
Okay. Well, I see you, Grace. Hello.
And if anybody else wants to come in, if you're watching...
I can't hear you, though.
If anybody else wants to come in, if you're watching on the event page,
Okay.
go ahead and click on the link that I put below.
Your audio is not on, Grace. We can't hear you.
Hi.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Hi. So do we have a question? Do we have a comment? No. Okay. Who has a question? Natalie, you have a question?
No question.
No question?
That was really good. Thank you. Yeah.
You're very welcome. Who has a question? Anybody? No? Okay.
I was wondering, because there were kind of two gangs tonight, and I don't want to do that mistake, so what do we do to avoid that?
Say that again?
Dan, did you understand what I mean, that we have two gangs tonight?
And she's saying there was two hangouts.
Yeah, we were in a different hangouts. There were 5 or 6.
And we could not see the PowerPoint, and when somebody was muting themselves, they were muting Anne at the same time.
Yeah, I think I may know what happened. I think Anne sent. Our goal was to send everybody to the event page, and the event page is something you set up separately from the Hangout. And the event page, and then and another invite might have gone out from the Hangout, and that invited everybody directly into the Hangout. So if it's a private Hangout, if you just want people to join you in the video chat, sending the invite from the Hangout will do the trick. If you want it to be a public hangout where people have the choice to either watch like they can on the event wall and then come in because you provided the link down below. That was the goal tonight, so sorry for the confusion if we did it both ways. But when Alex and I do hangouts, we'll do it on an event page or a Facebook page or a web page, and then we share the link usually about 40 minutes in, and that's how people get access. It's not our goal necessarily to have people come in from the beginning, so dual invites might have gone out, one to the hangout and another one to the event.
But my understanding is you have a maximum of 10 people in the hangout, so it's why you are giving another link for somebody, for all the other people just to watch, like when you do that with Alex. But the other people that we were in the other crowd, we could not see the PowerPoint, so the presentation was completely different.
Yeah.
Is it possible to
I'm not sure,
show a
I'm not sure
PowerPoint,
why
or it's
that,
not possible?
Well, can I here? I actually was supposed to send only one invite, so I sent two. So whatever, that was a mistake on my part. But in this one, we also had a glitch because the PowerPoint was supposed to be on a separate screen. So you were able to, you should have been able to see me, as well as Dan, as well as the PowerPoint on a separate screen. But we had a glitch with the other computer. I was looking, logging on to have the PowerPoint show. So that's why you were not able to see me. So in reality, you were supposed to be seeing a PowerPoint. So now I'm getting away from the question you had. I don't know what the glitch was. I didn't even know that you could actually hear somebody on a different hangout, because it seemed to me that I had created two different ones. So I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. I would have figured if you were in the wrong room, then there would have been nothing. So I guess, Dan, do you have any idea how that's possible?
No, since I wasn't there, I'm not sure what happened. But typically when you're in a hangout, whoever the host is has control over the screen, and whatever she's sharing should appear. So I'm not sure why you didn't see the PowerPoint. It is possible, we now know, to be in the same hangout in two different places, but why you weren't seeing the visuals, I don't know.
So it's why we lost like 5 or 6 players on the other play. So I want to be sure I set that up correctly when I want to do these kind of. Some are having access to the video, and some can just watch like you do with Alex. I want to be sure that I do that correctly to don't lose people in the middle like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it could be as simple as not doing what I did, which is actually create one on in a live and another one on an event. So that's I think that was the challenge. I pretty much created, I think, 2 separate events. And but I still don't know why they were connected, to be honest with you. So I don't know.
That was weird because we listened to you. We didn't see the PowerPoint, and we didn't see you at all. We didn't see Dan either. Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll have to look into it. But I would say do not set up 2 different events, and maybe Dan, you can just clarify when you're setting up. This is where I got confused. If I had set it up in Hangouts, and let me see, hang in events. Well, I can't go into that window right now, but I had set it up as an event and also live hangout. I went into 2 different windows to set it up. So which is the right one to do if you want to have it private? You said one of them, it does not record, the other one does. So if you could clarify that would be wonderful, because I think that could possibly solve the problem.
When you set it up as a live hangout, you're sending guest invites for people to come into the hangout with you. So the people down here will receive access to the hangout. When you set it up as an event, you're basically setting it up as a broadcast, and people are watching from wherever you ultimately put the YouTube video. And then at that point you can choose to invite them or not just by sharing the link before or during the hangout. So live event invite is for your guest or panelist, and there's really no reason to do that. You can just do it separately once you have the link, so you don't confuse yourself, at least in the beginning.
Well, actually, that is kind of confusing. I'm not clear on it. So let me ask you the question again. I want to create an event similar to what we just did. I want to repeat this. So initially, do I set it up as an event, or do I
Yes.
set it up initially as an event?
Yeah.
Okay. So I send out an invitation for an event, and then when we get on, then we turn on, excuse me, then we turn on the live hangout and send out that link.
Well, you can just invite your guests once you create the hangout, you basically have a to box or an invite box. So the people that you want inside at the beginning of the show, just invite them from within the hangout dashboard.
Okay, and so what about having just the viewers, a lot more, so we can have 10 on the dashboard, but we can have thousands watching. So if that's what I'm looking for, what is the best way to set that up? And so it is recording and putting it on YouTube at the same time. So which is the one that records and puts on YouTube, and which is the one that does not?
Well, let's back up a step. An event page in Google Plus is just a landing page for your event. You're leveraging that ability to use an event page where you can send all of your viewers. It is not a function of Hangouts. You're just an event could be a live person event. So it's just an event tool, much like it is in Facebook if you've ever scheduled or participated in events. So event is just a page inside Google Plus. It's a landing page for your event. Hangout is video chat, and you can start a Hangout directly and then post that YouTube video on your event page so people can watch it live. Now the third element that we're talking about in this conversation is in sending out a Hangout invite. If you want to do that in advance and accidentally did it tonight, you can, but I don't use it. The people that I want inside the Hangout in the video chat portion, I just invite when I start the Hangout. So it's not something that I send out an invite 2 days in advance. I talk to the person and they know to be ready to receive the invite inside Google Plus at usually 30 minutes before the event starts. And so I'll just put their name in the box when I start up the Hangout a half hour early, and then they receive a notification within Google Plus that the Hangout has started, and they just have to click on a link. Or I could send them the link in an email or something else. I'm sorry that it's not clearer than that. There's a couple different ways of doing it. That's how I do it.
Okay. So
It's still not clear. Let's see, next week at my event at the racetrack, if I got internet, I would like to do a little section with the Hangout. So if I want to do the invite like a public invite, so
step one is create an event page.
Okay.
And invite everybody to watch on that event page.
So I can post that link on my Facebook and say, hey, we have a Hangout. That section will be live broadcast. You can
and
join.
the other benefit of setting up an event page in advance is you can invite your Google Circles to that event page too. So there's the built-in mechanism of just leveraging the circles you may have inside of Google Plus. Then what you'll want to do when you're live at the event is start your Hangout about 20 or 30 minutes before you're starting your presentation at the live event, and then that will give you the ability. Once you start your Hangout, you get the YouTube code appears in the Hangout dashboard, and then you bring that YouTube code over and paste it inside your event, and then the YouTube player will play live. So there is a manual step that you have to take once you activate the Hangout.
So Dan, question: can we go ahead and create like a screen capture of these steps and make it available? And like step by step, like you said, step 1 do this, step 2 do that. Can we do that? It'll be like maybe 5-minute or 3-minute simple steps.
Yeah, I'll see if I'll see. I'm sure one already exists from Google or YouTube, and I'll see if I can find that.
That would be great. Thank you. Thanks a
And
lot.
my concern, Dan, is if I do my Google Hangout next week and they don't see my screen, like we didn't see Anne nor her screen and PowerPoint, is it because we need to do a Google Hangout on air and not only the little start a Hangout? Because when you start a Hangout, you cannot record that on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it should be a Hangout on air.
Yeah, you need to click the Hangout on air, which is on the left instead of on the top right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what you might want to do, and what we're doing until people start migrating over to Google Plus and faster numbers, Nadine, what you might want to do for your event is install the plugin from 22 Social, and then just drive people to a tab on your Facebook page. They're probably more likely to stay in Facebook rather than cross over to Google Plus. But it's yet another piece of the technology you need to figure out in a short amount of time. It's not too difficult, but it is another step, and that's how we get Hangouts to appear on Facebook, by usually using the 22 Social app. And if you go to 22social.com, they probably have video tutorials and things, an explanation on there, but it's free.
Dan, now the other option that I thought might be easier, I was thinking about doing, we can actually put the code on our website. So I was thinking about creating, and for the next one, this is what I'd like to do to simplify things, is let's say showhostmastery.com/review, and that, send them to that page and put the code in, so the video and everything shows there. And so it would also have the comments, the chats, and all that in that page, right?
Yeah, that's what we do on our Friday Hangout. We make it just completely agnostic, that people don't need to know about an app or even need to know that it's Google Plus Hangouts, because we get the code or the video player and we put it on our own page. We tell people it's Google Plus, but to some it doesn't matter. They're just interested in watching the video and the content. So another option for you, Nadine, is just to host it at your own website by, again, starting it up early, having grabbing the code 30 minutes early, making sure everything's in order and it's showing on your website. And then what we do is we have a comment section below the video, and then that way, if we do want to open it up to people to come in and join us with the Hangout, right above, everyone who's on the inside can see that link that's above the video player right now. It begins with https plus google.com and it ends with =en. And anybody who has that link can enter the Hangout once you offer up that link, and that's the link that I posted in the comment section below. So we always make sure when we host it on our own page that we get the embed code up 30 minutes early, and then whenever we determine we want people to come in, then we'll just share that link in the comment box below and say, okay, it's open if you want to come in and ask questions live.
And what is the difference between the Google Hangout and the Ustream TV? I don't think you touched that this weekend, Anne.
Dan, do you want to take this, or do you want me to?
No, I've never used Ustream, so I don't know what the what the differences are. It's all video broadcast technology. I prefer to use Google Plus just because it's connected to Google and it comes with community and things like that. I see Ustream and live stream more as just broadcast mediums. I think they do have somewhat of a community going on in there, but I just don't. I see too many benefits just to staying inside of Google Plus with my videos.
Yeah, So basically, I'm not an expert at Ustream. There's iStream and there's Livestream. We're using GlowView. It's a live streaming platform. Now the thing that I like, and this is where I'm focusing, I'm going to really learn every aspect of Google Hangout because of all the reasons that Dan shared. Because it is inside Google, it's connected to YouTube, and whatever you create, it's on forever. Now with the other ones, basically I had live stream, so it was, I don't know how much money a month I had to pay for it, but the videos are just there. So if I wanted to have if I wanted to market it, I would have to go market it. Literally, I would have to go and market on Google or Facebook and all that stuff, and send people to watch the video there. Now the advantage of and I don't know everything about Ustream, but I know it's similar, and pretty much all of them are now integrating different marketing uh, platforms and apps and things like that. But to me, I'm going to go where the future is, and I see it with with Google Hangouts and YouTube, because it's just powerful. It's a marketing engine. I don't want to go to someplace else, create it, and then come over here to send people there. Make sense? I want to cut out the middleman. So this is where it is. This is where the power is. And the beauty of this is that it actually records and puts it on YouTube for you. So, and I have to go in there. There's tools that you can edit within YouTube. I have to go in there. It has all these effects and stuff. I haven't had a chance to kind of go in there and learn it, because I haven't had the time the last few weeks, just because I was preparing for the event. But that's the next step I'll be learning. So between Google Hangout and YouTube and the broadcasting platform that we're launching with the GlowView, the Global Visibility Network, that's where I'm focusing on. Oh, and the other thing is too, you should be seeing a lot of those platforms popping up, because now everybody's coming up with something with video. And it has to be, because that's where everybody's going. So everywhere you look, you're going to get a lot of different things popping up. There's all kinds of apps popping up. It can be very confusing, so prepare for it now and don't get distracted, because already people are approaching me. You wouldn't believe all the stuff that's coming at me, just because they see that I'm teaching people how to, show up more powerfully on video. And if they come to me, if my people are using their technology, their shows are going to be a lot better. They're going to get better results. So that's why everybody's like coming to me because of that. Because a video is video. It's how you show up in it that's going to make it powerful. And this is what you guys are getting. You're getting the technology knowledge. You're getting the softwares. You're getting the platform. You're getting everything. And you're learning how to be more powerful on camera. So I would not go around looking at everything else, because even if they have some special effects and things, you already have that within YouTube and Hangout and stuff. You got pretty much everything that, from what I can see, and it looks like it's getting even better. Right, Dan? I mean, they're doing a lot more with it, right? I would expect Google being,
Yeah, they're always adding things to it. The only exceptions may be that Livestream and Ustream may offer pay-per-view options, and I assume the quality is better since you're paying for the service. At some point, I think you have the advertising option, but if you upgrade, you get the ads removed. And if you're paying for the service, hopefully the technology is more reliable. Occasionally, the Google Hangouts just break for whatever reason, and we have to restart them or we have to re-enter. And that's the cost of free.
Well, I'll tell you whether their technology is really good or not, whether it's powerful or not. What makes a difference is your technology. If you don't have a good webcam, if your internet connection is slow, you're going to have crappy broadcast no matter what. So you can't depend. It's not always the broadcasting platform. A lot of it has to do with our tools and our internet connection. So just because it's live stream doesn't mean yours is going to be better. You have to buy more expensive equipment and all that stuff that goes along with it. So just to keep that in mind.
Hey, Ann, Grace has a question about lighting.
Oh, I see the picture that you show us the backlight. Can you show us the picture how far the front light needs to be?
Well, let me see. I can't show it to you right now just because of where it's sitting.
Oh
But
yeah.
okay, okay. So I can tell you that my front light, I have looking up here. There's directly. It's like it's attached to the ceiling on a. Here's what you can do. You know the plant hangers that you can buy in a store. The plant hangers, you can just screw it onto to the wall. Screw one of those onto your ceiling and hang the clamp light because it's very light. It can, it won't damage anything. So I have two of those, and actually I have even an umbrella light over there just
So
because.
it's above us, not below us.
No, it's not below. No, it's always you want to have it. Here's the other thing, you want to have the light coming down at you, okay? Because you don't want light coming up. Because then in a horror movies you see they put the flashlight underneath it. Yeah, you don't want that. So, the other thing too, when you're putting the camera should be like see where your nose is. The camera should be like a couple of inches above. You're just looking a little bit down. So like it should not be like at your eye level. It should be a little bit above, a couple of inches above your eye level. So what that does, it's a little trick. Right away, it gives your face definition. Okay, instead of looking up, it's looking down, so it's like instant slimming, and it just gives shadows just in the right place with the eyes and the cheekbones and things like that. So it's like it takes off 10 pounds right away at an angle. So definitely do that. You want to raise your camera. If you have to use your laptop, put your laptop on top of something so it's looking down at you instead of looking up at you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
When we do the broadcast, like now when I'm speaking, I don't like the screen is not changing, but when anybody else are speaking, I see their picture change. So is there something on my hand that I need to set up?
You have two choices when it comes to who appears on the screen. It's either, or you can take control if you're the host, and that way you blue box them. And by blue boxing, if you click on anybody down below Nadine, you'll see a blue box go around them, and that controls your screen, so you can put anybody you want in the big screen. Now, Anne, since she's the Hangout originator, she has master control. So whoever she blue boxes appears on the broadcast view. And I go back and forth on this sometimes. I like to be the director and choose the camera. But what happens is I sometimes forget. So the person who's not talking ends up on screen for a long time because I'm busy multitasking. But then when I leave it up to the audio activation, basically if you release the blue box, so you turn the blue box on by clicking on somebody, and then you release the blue box by clicking on that same person again, and the blue box goes away. And when the blue box goes away, that means who's ever making the loudest noise is appearing. So if you don't take over control, sometimes if somebody's moving something on their desk or a dog barks or something, the camera angle or the view may switch to them. So sometimes I blue box and sometimes I don't.
But so how do I unlight the blue box? Like now I click on Anne, so now
no, you can't. The controller does. See, I just clicked on you. Let's do an exercise. I'm going to take the blue box off you, Nadine, and so here's what we're going to do. Okay, now I'm talking, so it's on me.
And it only works if they're watching the broadcast view. The view we're seeing from inside the dashboard is different than what the external view is on the event page. So if you have both pages open, you'll be able to see your demonstration. But if you're only looking from the dashboard, she won't see what you're seeing.
Okay, well, so we got now. This is the exercise. I have taken the blue box off, so it's on auto. I'm speaking, so it's on me. Nathalie, go ahead and say something.
You're on mute.
You
see, I
am on mute. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So now I'm unmuted, and I'm happy to be here and unmuted.
I still just see Anne.
Yes, because you're part of the group, so you
You
see.
would have to look at it in the event to see Ann's demonstration.
No, just before just before I click on Anne, I was able to have the automatic setup. So whoever was speaking, I was seeing you. Now I don't see you anymore.
So you clicked on me?
I click on you, but I'm not able to take off the blue box. I press escape. I press anything
Well,
anywhere.
click the blue box again.
Okay. Somebody else talk?
Okay.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
No. Oh yeah. Okay, I see you now. But I don't see me. When I speak, I never see me.
Yeah, but we see you now. Yeah, I did the same stuff, unclicking.
So now I see you, Natalie.
Okay.
And I see
Testing
you.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're right. I never noticed that before, Nadine. When I talk, it does not put me on the big screen, but it does in the broadcast view.
Okay, so on my YouTube video, when I will talk, they will see me, right?
Right. As long as you have the blue box deselected.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now I want to show you something here. Now that we're live, here's the. I have layers. Remember, I told you can actually have a curtain rod. You can literally go to Walmart, go to Kmart, go to a a home goods store, and get a curtain rod that has maybe 2 or 3 rods. You know, like these are the ones that they use to have like sheer curtains, and then they have the middle curtains, and they have the fancy outer curtains or the blackout curtains. They have rods that are 3 deep. So here I have this, and there's the green, and there's also a brown wall. I can cover this, and you know, there's all kinds of stuff I can hang on it. And here's this comes off, and that goes back on, and I have to mirror that. So cover that. You can change the angle. Here, see. Okay. So and. Oh, so you see the opposite, right? The AE is opposite, isn't it? Or does it look right to you?
No, it looks right.
It looks right. So I need to, on my setting, I forgot to change to mirror. So for me, it looks opposite when I see myself. So
you can switch that view in the lower third, so you mirror. There's that mirror button in the lower third that you can turn it around.
Yeah, I did not do that because we were running late, so it's okay. So we're already at the end of it. But so next one, when we do this, I will be better prepared so we can have the PowerPoint and me on the screen at the same time, and whoever else. And I will not go and create 2 or 3 events, so people will be on the same one altogether. So sorry about that. Now, who else was there with you, Nadine?
On the other side, there were Natalie, there were Burke, Arthur, Mike, Berner, and there was somebody else.
Do we not have them with us? Did we lose all of them?
No, we lost them. I went. I just clicked out from the group. I was with Nadine, and when I hit the link, then I found you and the PowerPoint and everybody there. So I told Dan that I would just leave for a few minutes and get the group back to this hangout. But when I came, there were only two left. So I dragged Nadine in the group, but everybody else just left.
Oh, that's a shame.
We were there. Yeah, we were listening to you without seeing anything of the presentation for, I don't know, how long was it, Nadine? Probably
almost 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah, a good 20 minutes to 30 minutes.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's a good thing it's being recorded, so we can, I can send them the audio. And too bad they will not get to ask the questions. So I guess maybe we'll do it again and get the questions in.
Mm-hmm.
So are we complete? Are there any more questions? Any questions about anything at all?
No, I'm fine.
No, if it's good, it feels good. It's a lot to absorb, but it's really good. Very interesting.
It is a lot. I give you so much information in 3 days. I mean, a lot. Each one of those modules could be a full day training. Each one of those days could be, into 3 days. And when I looked at all the things that we were fitting in, I didn't get to give you everything. So this is why we decided to divide it into 2 parts, because it would take 5 days for me to get even what I wanted to give you, never mind what the average person out there would be giving you. It's a lot. So overall, actually, if you can do me a favor now, as I'm in a process of fine-tuning everything right now while it's still fresh on my mind, what worked really well, and what you would like to see more of, and what you would like to see less of, and what did not work at all. If you would please share that, I would really appreciate it. And my ego is not going to be bruised. This is about us helping each other, Anybody?
I think we should have like some exercise time when we write the pitches. So if we can have a breakout session, like each can have like 30 minutes to work on it, I think that will help.
I'm getting something popping up on my screen, which is really weird. Okay. I don't know what he was asking me, but it was behind the camera. I think he was asking me if I need more time. Does that do that, Dan? If you put in for a certain hour? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it had gone off. It was something weird popped up, and I had to click yes on it, but I'm not sure what I clicked yes on for it to go away. So sorry, Grace. So give you time to write the pitch?
Yeah. I mean, we can have breakout sessions during the event instead of go home and do it.
Well, that is something I'm building in, because we didn't have time for doing all of it. So anything else anything that was really good, that worked really well, you'd like to see more of?
Hi, Ann. This is Michael.
Hey, Michael.
You had put up a photograph of your setup, and I thought that was helpful. If you could have a photograph of how the lights are, for those of us that are visual instead of auditory, that would help us visualize what it is rather than hearing it and trying to translate it.
I will do that. So, well, you kind of sort of backlights. You'd like to see the lights, the front lights, where they're set up. Is that it?
Yeah, similar to, you had a photograph of the back of your computer and your screen that you're sitting in front of.
Right.
If you could have just included a photograph of the lamps at the top, or where your lights were, that would have been a
okay.
helpful.
Yeah, I actually do have that, and I did not put it in a PowerPoint. I will do that. Thank you. Okay, so no other comments?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right. Well then, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And Dan, thank you so much again for jumping up and supporting me, because I have no idea how I would have got on this if you weren't there. So so appreciate you. And thanks to all of you, for being there. And I guess I better get in touch with the rest of the people and send a video right away. Dan, so the video is going to be available as soon as we get off, right?
No, it takes a little while to render. I think if you check back in an hour, it'll be there. So what you'll want to do, Ann, is use the YouTube editor and trim back those first 20 minutes until you start your PowerPoint to make it easier on the people who watch the replay.
Right, I will do that. Okay, thanks again for that. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us. And if you do want to be considered for the hands-on case study, let me know as soon as possible, because I'm going to go ahead and send out the email and make call a couple of people also, because since we didn't get most people here, and we get going.
I think I already completed the form over there, or is it the same thing that you ask people at the event?
The form for.
I don't. I remember that I complete something. But I don't remember what. And I said, oh yes, I want to do that. I just need to know what are the commitment and everything around that.
Okay. Well, I don't remember seeing a form for this, so I'm not sure. I'll look again. Maybe I missed it, but I don't remember seeing anything from you. So basically, what it is that you do have to have the video interview mastery program, with all the tools and everything in there. So you do have to commit to that. And after that, it's basically, and Nadine, I already know what you're doing, how much you're doing, and who you're working with. You would be a perfect fit for the case study. So and actually, I'm thrilled that I'm going to come and see at least one of the days of your event next weekend. That will give me a much better idea, as I already have a good idea of who you are and what you're doing, and I know you'll be good for the case study. So if you want to do that, let's we'll just get on the phone separately, and I'll answer some of the questions, and we'll do that.
We'll do that after my event, so like that we will be on the same page.
Maybe but I don't. Honestly, I don't think this is going to be open until after your event.
Okay, so call me back next week or tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll do that, because as soon as I call a couple of people, I notice it just basically free training. So, okay, are we good, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much again, and until next time, I'll be putting together another training, considering what happened with this one in a few days, and I will give you plenty of notice for that one, and we'll get more people in. It will be more interactive. So you'll be watching this video, and then we'll do a Q&A session, and we'll do what I call spotlights instead of hot seats. So we'll do some spotlights, and we'll do some laser coaching at the same time. So we'll kind of sink in with all the different things that we've been doing. All right, everybody, thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And until next time, take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.